Welcome back to The Explainer. Have you ever felt that there are just times in life when absolutely everything seems difficult? Like the problems just never seem to end, you're mentally exhausted, and it's so easy to just sit there and think, why is this happening to me? Well, today we're unpacking a really detailed psychological framework on how to navigate those exact moments.
When everything feels incredibly draining and you're caught in this endless loop of worry, it's so easy to feel entirely powerless. Some people completely break down under this immense pressure, while others, they remain remarkably, almost surprisingly calm. So what's the deal? Are they just magically free of issues? No way.
The real answer lies in this one simple truth. Strong people aren't those without problems, but those who know how to handle themselves despite the problems. That right there is the core psychological thesis of our explainer today. It's literally all about how they shift their perspective and manage their internal world.
All right, here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the reality of hard times, seeking solutions, understanding emotions, difficulty as a lesson, faith and patience, and finally, your true strength.
Section 1. The reality of hard times, breaking versus staying calm.
So when immense pressure hits, you might feel this constant barrage of problems. Deep mental exhaustion, or even feeling like you're being personally targeted by fate. And hey, those feelings? They are completely valid. We all feel them. But psychology shows that lingering on these thoughts, endlessly asking, what if everything goes wrong? It acts like a leak in your battery. It completely drains your mental energy.
Section 2. Seek solutions, not problems. The first strategy.
So how do we pivot away from that massive energy drain? Simple. By taking back our power. There's a really stark contrast between a destructive mindset that constantly asks, why did this happen to me? And a constructive, solution-oriented mindset that asks, okay, what can I do better in this situation? One keeps you stuck, looking backward as a passive victim, right? While the other shifts your brain into an active, empowered action mode. And that action mode is governed entirely by this one rule. Focus only on what is within your control. You might not find an instant magical solution to every massive problem, and honestly, that is perfectly okay. But by directing your mental energy solely toward the things you can influence, like your actions, your attitude, your immediate next step, you actively prevent yourself from breaking under the weight of the stuff you literally can't control.
Section 3. Understand your emotions. The second strategy.
Okay, so when you're thrust into a difficult environment, your brain naturally defaults to intense emotional reactivity. We're talking anger, fear, despair, and restlessness. It's just a basic survival mechanism. But when these intense feelings take the wheel, they can easily push us to make impulsive, highly regrettable decisions. Strong people don't magically erase these emotions. That's impossible. Instead, they just pause to understand them. Which brings us to a really powerful realization. A calm mind is your absolutely biggest weapon in difficult times. The core strategy here is just delaying your reaction. When you feel anger rising, do not answer immediately. When fear hits, don't immediately surrender and give up. Give yourself a moment to just breathe and detach. Cultivating a calm, powerful mind is your ultimate defense mechanism against the chaos.
Section 4. Every difficulty is a lesson. The third strategy.
This strategy is all about taking a difficult situation and completely reframing the pain. Asking, why did this bad thing happen, keeps you firmly stuck in self-pity. But flipping it and asking, what can I learn from this, completely changes your trajectory. Asking the right question helps you move forward. You start extracting immense value and wisdom from the exact thing that is causing you pain.
Honestly, I really want you to internalize this one. Hardships teach us things a comfortable life never could. A life entirely without friction, it simply doesn't forge strength. Hardships aren't here to destroy you. Armed with the right mindset, they're exactly the forces that make you significantly stronger and far more resilient than you ever were before.
Section 5. Faith and patience, the fourth strategy. Now, sometimes in life, you hit a massive wall where your own human efforts, your planning, and your logic, they just feel utterly insufficient. The problems are simply too big. In those darkest moments, you need a profound anchor. Combining your absolute best efforts with a deep faith in Allah, or God, gives your heart the vital grounding and peace it requires to fight through the most overwhelming, seemingly impossible challenges. And this leads to a beautiful, really profound reminder. Morning comes after every night, and ease comes after every trial. It is an unshakable promise that absolutely no difficulty in this life is permanent. This comforting philosophy instills a deep hope that no matter how dark or endless the current situation feels, the light is inevitably coming.
Section 6. Your True Strength. Embracing the Journey.
Let's pull all these insightful threads together and recap the 4 actionable steps for your psychological toolkit. First, focus aggressively on solutions, not the endless loop of the problem. Second, intentionally pause and control your emotions so they don't control your decisions. Third, actively hunt for the hidden lesson in the hardship. And fourth, maintain your faith and patience, trusting the broader process. I want to leave you with a final question to ponder. What are you learning from your current difficulty? As we've seen, strong people aren't those who live a life without pain. They're the ones who learn to move forward despite it. Instead of running from your problems, lean into them, because very often, it is our most difficult testing moments that finally pull back the curtain and reveal our hidden strength. And hey, if you love psychological insights, the secrets of human behavior, and life-changing lessons, make sure to subscribe to Shoppiverse Stories. We don't just talk here. We share realities that help you understand yourself, become stronger, and live a much better life. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and stay strong.